Hi guys, welcome to the price action manipulation program level 2 class. So this is Alson over here, and if you're watching this video lesson, I believe you have went through the entire curriculum and content in level 1 and you're proficient enough to bring your trading to the next level, right? In level 2, you're going to learn more strategies and tactics and techniques, right, in manipulation trading. And I believe this will open up your skill set, right, and toolbox when you trade the markets, right, the trade manipulation in the market. So for level 1, you have learned the important foundation in price action manipulation, such as false top, false bottom scenarios, which is a special kind of double top, double bottom. And you have learned the execution signals, right, the execution signs, the bullish EXE and the bearish EXE. All these you're gonna apply them again, right, in the level 2 class, right, when we go through different kind of additional kind of strategies. Okay, you also have learned the very important concept, right, in manipulation trading in level 1, which is entries and exit techniques in the sweet spot as well, right. All these will be applied again in level 2, right, and level 2 will go into other asset class such as futures, forex, and different style of trading. For example, short-term trading in stocks, forex, and futures as well. And most importantly, you're going to learn the additional strategies and even some of these optional strategies that I personally teach my students. Right, it's called the upside, inside bar break strategies, for example. Right, and you also learn the accumulation and distribution rotation model, which is understanding in the big picture how boom and bust cycle occurs in the market and how do they actually recover, right? The common theme in the stock market, right? And most importantly, understanding this very important, right, pattern that happens when prices are in no man's land, right? They do this thing called wave up, wave down, flush down, right? This will help you, right, when you trade the markets and to gives you the additional edge that you need to have, right, to be a more consistent and profitable manipulation trader. Okay, so before I begin the lesson, right, I just want to share with you guys this quote from Jesse Livermore, which says that, right, which is really the foundation of what we cover in our level 1 and level 2, right? We all believe that what Jesse Livermore do is, right, there's nothing new on Wall Street, right, or stock market speculation. What happened in the past will always has happened again and again and again, right? This because human nature does not change, and it's human emotions solidly built into human nature that always get in the way of human intelligence. So as you can see is that even Jesse Livermore, who is a legendary trader in the 1920s, right, he realized that trading the markets is not just about having a lot of IQ, right? You need to still have a bit of IQ lah, to do calculations, right? But it's really still about your own psychology as well, right? And also understanding the psychology of the markets that you are trading, which is why the manipulation course in price action is very focused on how uh, the retailers are being deceived, right, bull trapped, bear trapped by the market makers. Okay, so this is a summary of the execution steps. So I just want to emphasize here that, right, in level 1, right, you have studied the bullish and bearish FSCA and UR DR1 structures. So in level 2, right, the UR2 and DR2 is not really a new strategy, but it's a subset of the UR1 DR1 to give you a sense where when this kind of structure occurs in the market, it gives you a warning sign of a key bottom or a key major top, for example. And this has helped me a lot. It doesn't happen frequently because market doesn't reverse all the time, right? It only at certain critical point of the market, at the critical top, critical bottom, right? This gives me confidence, right, to uh to to enter the stock if it's at the bottom, or to size out my trade, exit, right, if it's getting topish, showing signs of a UR2, for example. So you're going to learn this understanding the ultimate top bottoms scenarios, right, in manipulation over here, and also uptrend continuation, downtrend continuation 1, uptrend continuation 2, downtrend continuation 2. So these are the two variations in continuation trading, right? Price continuation trading, uptrend retracement, downtrend retracement, that is still using the same false top, false bottom scenarios. So mainly all these strategies are based on false top, false bottom scenarios, but being used and the structures are being defined differently. Okay, so you're going to learn a lot more, right, with examples when you go through the lessons. And I'll also be sharing this additional strategy called inside bar break. Okay, so this is not really a manipulation, there's no manipulation implication, but it's really a strategy to trade a fractal in the market. Fractal means you are basically trading something like a repeatable pattern in the market based on price action, because price action trading has certain existing strategy that price action trader use, but the way I use it is my own style. Understand? It's like I'm not the one who invented a candlestick, but the way I use candlestick is my own style. So over here, I'm going to learn my style of trading inside bar break, right? For price action trading, for those of you keen to trade this additional strategy, you can explore as well. But my suggestion is to focus more on the main strategies here first, especially if you get overwhelmed, right? Focus, like I said, right, on one or especially one set of strategy first, right? Is for example, right, you learn plus minus first before you go into divide and times, right? You don't go straight to divide and times without understanding minus and plus, right? Until you understand minus, plus, divide, times, then you go on to what? Calculus, right? Like square root, to the power of, right? Understand? So step by step, right? Measure yourself, right? This is additional. I put this word additional, means you, after you really understand everything, then you go into this. Is to give you additional tools to use, right, in different market scenario. And this is mainly for trading higher time frame, right? When you go into the lesson, it will share with you more details, right, on how to trade this on the higher time frame. And for those of you who are into short-term trading, you are more of the exciting kind, right? You want something fast. So I would say that the feedback period, right, is less than 1 to 2 trading days. Right, the feedback is less than 1 to 2 trading days. You can explore the DR1X stock scalping strategy. So this basically solely focus on DR1 structure for in the 5 days, 30 minutes chart for stocks. Okay, I explain more in details in the lesson, so go and check it out. It's very, I would say it's quite fun, right, to do this strategy, right? But my main bulk is my main in my trading is still focused on swing. Okay, so once a while, right, if I see DR1X happening in the stock market, I may still execute them. Okay, but I leave this strategy there so that it's there, right, for those of you who are keen to explore further and see if it suits you. Okay, if you are a very busy person, please stick to swing trading. If you have more time, right, at night, or you don't mind staying up very late for Asian students, right, because this one you may have to stay up until very late, like 3-4 a.m. at night. Okay, so all these strategies give you tools to use. You must, as a trader, make the own decision whether which one suits you better. Okay, don't have to do everything, but it's good to understand all these things, right? So that you know that, okay, this at the end of the day, after a while, you realize which one suits you the best, and you just focus mainly on that. Understand? You don't have to do everything. That's my point. Okay. And also you will understand how to do short-term trading in futures and forex market, and especially I'll go through it more in details about the futures market, the forex market, and to do risk control, risk management for these two markets, because their tick sizes are different. So I have different techniques on how to do risk management. Okay, so you can take a look into this lesson as well. Okay, for those of you who are keen. In terms of the execution signal, EXE, right, they are the same for L1 and L2. Even the entries and exit that you have learned, sweet spot, is the same. Lucky entry, right, you all heard in the webinar, lucky entry, and what else? Smelly trade, all these are the same, right? The understanding is the same, right? If you don't know what's lucky entry and smelly trade, please watch the webinar, the previous webinar again. Okay, I covered that in details, right? Okay, and also in the lessons. So the risk management techniques, right, is applicable, right, for the similar to short-term trading, right, and even the additional strategies. Of course, like I mentioned, for futures and forex, the risk control techniques is slightly different. Okay, it's slightly different. Okay, so go and watch the video and you understand. Watch the video lessons and you understand. Okay, and you also understand the big market cycle. So this one, right, you must understand sometimes the things that I teach, guys. The things that I teach you guys may not be applicable today or this week or this month, but it gives you the at the back subconscious understanding that if one day the market behaves like this is what I'm going to do. For example, this distribution rotation model, right, is being used only in March. Very recently, March 2020, when there was the crisis, right, the crash, right? Because we all know that through this lesson that I teach students, that market usually bottom when there is a false bottom, major false bottom, like a DR1, right, after a crisis, right? So it will be a good time to start to go into the market whenever a DR1 false bottom occurs after a crisis. So this gives understanding to give you confidence to enter when there's a crisis and to preempt yourself for the next crisis ahead. Okay. And also price momentum analysis, right, is to share with you this scenario called wave up, flush up in no man's land. For in no man's land, and also wave down, flush down in no man's land as well. So you're going to learn what happened when prices are drifting up and have a flush up, wave up, and then flush up, and then, or is in no man's land waving down and flushing down, right? What's the implication? Like I said, some of these things may not happen frequently, but when it happens, it gives you the sense of what to do as a trader. In fact, when I see this thing happening with in the cryptocurrency market, right, it gives me signal to exit, to size out majority of my position, and prevents me from suffering the subsequent sell down in the market. Okay, so these are techniques like I mentioned. You learn all these small tricks here and there, right, and strategies to prepare yourself, right, so that you are aware of all these scenarios to become a all-rounded trader in all situations, and you're very sound in your technique. Understand, you're not afraid even when market there's a crisis, you know what to expect. When something goes overblown, you know what to expect, right? This will give you more edge and confidence, and that's what I want to achieve, right, in the L2 class, right, to give you guys more tools and strategies, right, to trade the markets. And also over the course of conducting the L1 lessons, I actually received tons of message thank you note from many traders. So I don't have I can't put everything here in this introductory lesson, but I just want to share with you some that I received from students, and this really makes my day as a mentor and as a teacher. Right, it really make my day when I receive such a note from students, right, from all walks of life, from different countries, right. Your thank you note really mean a lot to me. Okay, me as a teacher, it really brightens up my day, right, when students actually appreciate the work that I've done, right, for the community and the content that I put out. Okay, and like Anwar mentioned to me that this is actually the missing pieces that he has been looking for. It's like he's finding the gem for a long time, and he found it eventually. And I'm really happy to hear that, because this is what happened to me. This is what happened to me many years ago. Right, I couldn't find any content that suits me. Right, and so I developed my own. I developed my own style. Right, but of course it'll be good if somebody has already developed something that suits me and I just learn, right? I don't have to go through all the ups and downs. When you guys when I teach, right, you guys see the perfect picture, the what work really works already, right? May not be 100%, but this is the general guideline, right? The techniques, you are in the right path. But when I started off, right, is really a lot of trial and error, a lot of tears and sweat that goes into to trading and understanding the psychological aspect, what to expect. Even when keeping things simple, right? To keep things simple behind the scene, there's a lot of hard work. You know that, let's say Apple make an iPhone, you may see that the iPhone is very simple, but behind it there's a lot of design thought going through, you know, how to make it simple. How to make it simple is the hardest part. Like, it could have been more complicated. Is very easy one, understand, right? So I really appreciate what Anwar mentioned, and Kajitiran also mentioned that he's been seeing the market with a different light, right? And very happy that I enlightened the way that he trade the markets, and looking forward to the class. And a lot of students somehow they know that there is a L2 class during that time, and they were looking forward, right, to join me in to learn more about manipulation trading. And many students I know actually made back their course fee, right, in a very short period of time as well. Right, so I want to just share some uh, principles, right, before you guys begin your journey in the level 2 class, right? Especially this quote from Dr. Van Kittap: a peak performance trader is totally committed to being the best and doing whatever it takes to be the best. He feels totally responsible for whatever happens and thus can learn from mistakes. These people typically have a working business plan for trading because they treat trading as a business. So as a professional trader, right, it's very important to always constantly learn from the market, right? You may be learning from me all these techniques, but when you trade the markets, you also must have an open mind, right? To get the feedback from the market. Make some mistakes is okay, right? Don't blame yourself don't blame yourself to the extent that you will not be able to trade again, right? But be forgiving to yourself, right? We are all humans, but the key thing is to be committed, to persevere and constantly work hard at it. And I believe you guys will achieve whatever financial target or goals that you have, right? And I want to share some of these profound principles I learned in the trading desk. So these are so-called, I would say, wisdom I heard, whether directly or indirectly, when I was a junior trader. And I thought these are things that I share with friends and fellow traders over the years. Right, some of them you probably some of you may already know, but I just want to share it again. And it has really shaped the way I am as a trader. It shapes the way I am a trader, and especially when times are tough, right? When it's very dark, right? When sometimes you are very lonely in your trading, or you find that the market is against you, or you are handling a drawdown, right? Or you're making a lot of money also, right? You may get carried away and things like that. These are things that makes me grounded all these years. Okay, so there's one thing that I learned is that market is always open the next trading day, which means to say that do not worry that today the performance, right? Do your best. Just do your best, do the right thing, right? And even if you have a bad day, remember that you always have a chance tomorrow. The market is not going to close today, but there will always be a chance tomorrow. Never think that you are too late, whichever stage of your life. As long as you are here, as long as you still have the chips on the table, which I think you should protect your chips, right? No matter what, you should be able to continue and look forward to the next day. Okay, market god favors those who are disciplined and patient. So we have always have we actually when I was trading last time in the trading desk, some of us are quite spiritual. We do have certain coins we place in our monitor screen because we believe that this will give us feng shui or luck, right? So of course luck is not entirely should not be entirely relevant to your trading performance, right? But I would say it makes up 5-10%. Okay, I'm at 5-10%. But most importantly, right, we believe that market god, all right, will reward those who are disciplined, doing the right thing, and is patient to wait for the opportunity. Okay, the number one mistake that traders make is to be influenced by news. So never rely on the news. The news can be in sync with the market or out of sync. The most importantly, right, is to you may be hearing a lot of CNBC, BBC news, is to focus on the market and ask yourself, technically, is it the right thing to do? Right? Focus on the price action. Trading is a game of EQ, not IQ. Okay, I think some level of IQ is important because you need to do calculations, guys, right? But it's really about your psychology, right? The things you say, right? The things you say, your attitude is very important, right? That's why in when we are doing in the trading desk, we cannot use negative words, right? We cannot use words that will bring other people down or will bring ourselves down. We must, no matter what the situation, we are always, a big performance trader will always be positive, even in the in times of drawdown, right? He will always empower himself. No, I can do it. No, I can come back, right? He's not like, he won't be like, oh, see lah, losing money. This one cannot work one. When you have this kind of mindset, right, you don't need to trade anymore. You can just leave the trading desk because your mindset is not there, right? You must understand it's a game of really EQ, right? Psychology, right? And you must manage your risk properly, and there's always a way to trade the market. Okay. Ocean rise, sampan rise, ocean sink, sampan sink. So this is something that I learned quite comical, right? It actually means that if in the bull market, right, try to stick to the bull wave. In the bear market, stick to the bear wave. So don't go, try not to go against the overall market direction. If it's a very bullish bull market, do more longs than short. If it's a bear market, do more shorts than long. Okay. Focus on your trading. Even if the whole world lose money, it doesn't give you the reason to lose money. So a lot of people think that, hey, my friend lose money, so it's okay that I lose money. No, right? In the trading desk, I can tell you, even if the whole trading desk lose money, you could also be, you may not be the one who lose money. You could be the one who make money because you are the one responsible for doing the trade, right? It's not a collective trading together, right? Even if your friends say buy, it doesn't mean that you must buy, right? You have your own, you could be the one making money. So you cannot have that thinking that because everyone lose money, I lose money is normal, right? This is a very negative mindset in trading. The true mark of a trader is the one who can bounce back from losses, even if it means just to break even. So even if, right, you start off like this, right? Let's say you start off here and then you lose 20k, and then you make back 20k, you may think that, oh, it's only break even. It's only break even, guys. I can tell you, I this is when a trader really grow. I'm not saying that you must purposely lose 20,000, but I'm saying that in the event you got a drawdown and you manage to make it back, I can tell you these experiences will hone you and sharpen you like a knife as a trader. I rather a trader, right, who lost, maybe have a big drawdown event before, okay, but not in a way that will decimate him, but will make him have deeper thought, right? Suddenly think deeper into his own risk management, psychology, and to see if he is able to, even when he's at a drawdown, does he have the mental discipline, right, to trade back himself? And I can tell you, even though it's a break even, right, this trader is one that is truly respected, right? Okay, and he will do well, right? In as given enough time, this trader, I believe, will be able to make a lot more money. Okay. You don't need to care about opinions of others. Do what you think is right based on the charts and your risk tolerance. So other people can give you opinion. Hey, buy this, sell this, right? At the end of the day, if you feel uncomfortable, don't click. You only decide yourself. Make your own decision. You can have feedback. I mean, you can have I can say something, somebody else can say something, right? At the end of the day, you decide. You feel comfortable, you click. If you don't feel comfortable, nobody can force you. And even if you lose money or win money, it doesn't matter to anybody, right? You are only responsible to yourself, understand? No one can force you to click. If you don't want to click, if you want to click the button, no one can force you. When uncertain, do one trade by one trade, even with a small size to gain confidence. Because money cannot buy confidence. How can money buy confidence, right? True confidence, right, comes in yourself actually, right? Only you can give yourself confidence. You need to make yourself do certain things to give yourself confidence, right? So in trading, when I feel that I don't have enough confidence, right, probably because I have a series of drawdowns, or how I'll manage this is not to stay out, because as a trader we cannot stay out forever. There will come a time, is either you continue trading or you stop this career. So what I learned in the past was, I learned this from a very senior trader. He said that even if you risk $1, right, in the market, it's still better that you trade, because even if it's a small size and you trade and you start to win, right? It gives you that sense of confidence that, hey, actually I can still trade. I'm still not so bad, right? And that's how you gain back confidence. And usually when you gain back confidence, right, good things will happen again, right? And you will be able to come back from your drawdowns. And has always been the way I manage, right? And this is how I teach my student. If a student come to me and say that, hey, I cannot handle the drawdown, and if I see that it's only like a few drawdown, a few 3 or 4 times only, and he cannot handle it, the first thing I'll tell the student is reduce your size, because it's not about me really. It's your size, you cannot handle it, so you will have to reduce your size, right? And then do one trade by one trade. Even if you do one more, lose, never mind. Do one more, lose, never mind. Do one more, and when you start to win, and then win, and you win, that's when your confidence, I can tell you, will come back. Okay? Every era has a hero. Your day will come unexpectedly when you believe and prepare hard for it. When I started trading in my career last time, I started in 2010. It was definitely beyond after the financial crisis. So I don't have a chance to trade the financial crisis, and I always think that, hey, I miss out the crisis bottom. So 2010 onwards was the only crisis happened. There was minor crisis like the European debt crisis, but it was not something as severe as the financial crisis. And I was always waiting for that, because I knew that, right, this major crisis is when trader make a lot of money, right? So I was being told, right, through my chat with a lot of these senior traders, is that when they started trading, they also thought that they miss out, because in the 1997, right, there were the Asian financial crisis. There were in the 2000, there was the dot-com bubble crisis, and so on. So every era has a crisis. The key thing is that you cannot control when you start trading, right? If you start today, means today, right? Is what past is already the past. But what's important is you must believe in it, that which is also true, right? The market will always have a crisis. There could be another crisis in the next few years' time. But you must prepare yourself today. You must always prepare yourself for battle, so that when the day comes, you are psychologically ready to go in. I can tell you, if you don't start to click and trade now, you start to click and start to do some live firing now, when the day comes, it's very difficult for you to pull the trigger. Understand? It's like you never fire the gun before, or you fire a bit before. Then when today the enemy come, you don't have to fire. You don't have the confidence to fire. And even if you fire, you may not be firing enough to make a lot of money, right? So it's important to prepare and practice, uh, even when there is no crisis. Don't just bank on that crisis, but that day will come unexpectedly. Win, lose, or draw. This is the most important principles I learned. In fact, this was shared to me by my one of the senior trader, right? And it was also a good friend, and he mentioned that there's nothing to be happy or too sad about trade. When we trade, trading only got three outcomes: win, lose, or draw. Win, lose, or draw. And this is very profound, because at the end of the day, right, when we do any trade, there's only three outcomes, right? Either you win or you lose, right, or you draw. So and if the losses is something that you can control, you control the risk, and it's something that you are able to risk, for example, and you won't feel that it affects your lifestyle, then trading is really can be fun, right? Trading can be fun, right? Trading can be fun, and when you win more, and you lose less, right? It's like a game, right? And there's only three outcomes. So these are some things that I learned. Of course, there are many more, right? But I just want to share some off the head right now over the years. Some of these things that you can see that they are very very crude saying, because in the trading desk we don't have time to entertain uh, all kinds of how to say detrimental behavior in trading, right? It's very clear, straightforward. Either you do this or you don't do this. Is that very some people say that it's very cutthroat environment in the trading desk. But I'll say that it really trains you psychologically as a trader, right? As a trader, you can hear a trader when he speaks, right? You can hear a trader when he speaks, and you can hear a non-trader when he speaks as well, right? So this is really what I've heard over the years from traders, and some of them are still deep inside me and shapes the way I conduct my trading as well. And I thought that this would be entertaining enough, right? And also useful enough to share with some of you before we begin this journey as a professional trader. So guys, I look forward to seeing you guys in and coach you guys more in the L2 program, and I hope you guys will find the content as useful, right? And give yourself, after you have learned everything, give yourself time to practice, right? And I'll see you guys, right, in the Telegram session, and right, I wish you guys all the best, right, in the trading journey as well. All right, see you guys.